Greetings from Southern Yankee Homestead. I'm Paul, and this is our homestead. We are, well, I probably shouldn't because I've been trying to get rid of old projects, but this is a project that's going to be multi-years long, and it's going to take us time to get it done. So, no time like the present to get it started. Over here in basically our front yard, we have this patch of trees here right beside the goat area, and we have a small orchard here. In this orchard we have apples, peaches, pears, and plums, and we're looking at expanding it. Problem is, if you see, we got a power line running right through here and then the road there. So what we've decided to do is take out this entire patch of pines and gumball and whatever else is in here. Reason it's going to take so long is because we're going to use all this raw material in other projects. So I've already started by taking down a couple trees, and you can see I got a pile of brush over there and some of it in the goat area. Well, instead of cutting the trees down and then limbing them and sizing them up and throwing them over, we're going to go ahead and put up a temporary fence around this entire area and open it up for the goats. The second reason for that is our pigs need to go into a new area, and we're trying to turn that into better pasture. So we want to knock as much down in here, have the goats eat it, and we'll process the spent branches into wood chips. Wood chips will be used in the gardens. Logs, if they're big enough, they'll go on the sawmill, turn into lumber. If they're small enough, they'll go for burn barrel fire. But we got to start somewhere, and besides just knocking the trees down and hauling them over there, we're going to start by putting up a temporary fence. So loaded into the back of the Daihatsu, we have our Fortress. What size is this? I think this 5 gallon. It says ultra quiet, high performance here. Yeah, whatever. We got our small air compressor. We have our mansaver, T-post driver, and we have a Honda generator. So we're going to use the generator to power the air compressor to power the T-post pounder, because I'm not putting in 50 T-posts by hand. That's, you know, a good workout, but it's really hard on the shoulders and the back and everything else. So we're going to use what we have. But first, I want to get those big logs taken out of here, which requires a tractor. Hopefully the background noise isn't too much. I got the compressor all charged, the generator still running in the background on low. I just thought I'd go over a couple things real quick. I did pre-mark where I'm putting my fence. I don't know if you can see it. If you're colorblind, I apologize, but there's an orange mark right up through there. And if you're not colorblind and can't see it, I apologize anyways. I sprayed this down a couple of weeks ago before snow and rain and just weather happened. But it seems to be holding up pretty good to my eyes. So what I did there was I pulled 12 feet off the center of the power line so I can put this down. That gives us a space to get through here with wider loads, like if we need to move the camper or something. Also happens to line up pretty well with that corner right there. So I guess let me go ahead and start pounding some posts. I'm not going to worry about leveling them, just for the simple fact that this is temporary. Temporarily permanent, but temporary regardless. So we're going to go ahead and start hanging some panels. So she's not working the way she's supposed to. It's been a year since I used it. I think she's gummed up, so we're gonna keep working it the way we're working it and see if we can get it to actually, you know, work. All right, took about 15 minutes. I disassembled this block and replaced all of the O-rings that are in here. There's a bunch of O-rings. I just happen to have some in the garage, so I swapped them out, all except one. There was one O-ring that wasn't black rubber. It was a brown color and it was a little bit harder. But if you notice, I got it hitched up. So we're back in business. Let's get back to work. It worked out very well for a year or two. We no longer have any male goats, so this area is being, what's the word I want to use? It's resting. But we're going to use this gate over on the new goat area. Again, a temporary one. The biggest thing is we got to pull this post out, and hopefully we can recycle this strap that's been on here for several years now. We'll see. We'll have to cut a panel also, but that's, you know. And the joy fun part, I got to manually pound that in because I don't have any fancy tool to pound that in. So I just set the gate here for a minute just to see my opening. And what I'm going to do, there's a rib right here. I'm going to cut it off at this rib and tie this back up and take this section of the panel out. It's going to require me to retie that one, and while we're at it, we're going to clean up some of this mess too from, well, metal that comes out of the burn barrel. I also want to put another T-post over here to support this extra piece of panel. So let me start with cutting this out so that I get ready access in and out. Out of all the tools on the Homestead, this is probably my least favorite or most despised. Yep, T-post pounder, or post pounder, or whatever you want to call it. Unfortunately, we're going to need it for this next step. No way this goes wrong. Give me a few minutes. Is it still going down? If I had more than one of these to do every couple years, I get the mansaver for this too. Gives you a good comparison on the difference. For reference, 18.5 pounds. So try doing that with 20 pounds 200 times, 100 times. I don't know. That'll work. Okay, yeah. Excuse me. That'll work. I've got one more thing to do before I can release the goats in here. I gotta go see if I got something first though. So we're back over here because I was playing with things and I found out that there's a slight problem with this gate. The problem is the way it's hooked up. You can do that. So I need to stabilize this gate better because, well, goats push on stuff and they'll push this over very easily. Oh boy, my arm's already hurting. That should hold against the goats. So we're not done in here by a long shot. We still got to run chicken wire around most of the perimeter except for this side. I still have to tie up every other post because I just looped it for now. It's not going anywhere, but we'll still tie it up just for secure purposes. And well, I'll give them a couple days to mow some of this stuff down, and then it'll be time to start dropping some more trees so that we can, well, eventually turn this into our orchard, or additional orchard. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And well, you want to see what this actually turns into, you definitely need to subscribe. But comment, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? Just let me know. Bye.